Waiting for it. There we go. Goes away. It's a new hand. Do stuff. Can't see it, but there's a next button under my face. Is where we're at. And I'm not sure why. There we go. That's weird. Why did that happen? Wait, I can leave the window with my cursor. I guess that's fine. It's always something. I can leave the window, and now I can click around on my other monitor. All right, well, whatever. Penny, do you have anything to add? Oh my god! Oh, hold on. Two cats in one place. Okay. She didn't know you were there. No, Penny. Ah, oh, cats. Yeah, so I have to put a little bit of a click sound there. I was just downloading stuff last night, so that's what I was doing last. It's gonna make it like a click sound. The reason why the glove goes away is because um, it you can navigate this with the controller, but if you want, you can you know click if you're on a PC. But if you're on like the Switch, which I don't even know that this game will be on the Switch, but if it was on the Switch, but currently players have there's only like, I mean, none of this is like finalized in any way, but except for the map. I think the map's gonna this overworld map is gonna stay, but um, the character has a limited number of steps before it gets too tired to move, and then it's gonna have to camp, or it's gonna pass out or something. So have to eat and stuff. Right? It's like a survival game, but also a RPG with like quests. It's like that. So there's like cars on the road now, but they don't really look like cars, which is maybe a problem. You can see that there's a like telephone pole and wire there, and then those are cars. But you're huge compared to the cars, but you're huge compared to the house. So I hope. Plus, you're representative of a group. Like this would be the group tab, and then this will be the individual, and you'll be able to go like next and back and stuff to go through the people. I have to figure out all of the controller stuff because you're not going to be able to type commands, and you can click with a mouse, but you yeah. Sorry, I'm like passing out from drinking too much coffee. Anyways, sometimes you can't move because the cars are in the way, which is sort of like I don't know, The Walking Dead or something. But then on this mountain, you can walk on the mountain. That's weird. It has to be fixed. But for whatever reason, you can't walk on the cars. So maybe the mountain is being drawn on top of the or on the bottom. Maybe no, it doesn't look like it. It's hard to tell. Normally, when you're designing a game, tile map or something like that, you have to divorce the aesthetic from the functional. But to save a lot of time and energy, I made it so that the aesthetic and the functional are related. So if I place a mountain on top of a gravel, which is what's happening in this area, then the mountain supersedes the gravel. Likewise, if I put the road on the swamp, the road supersedes the thing it's laying on, which makes sense, but I'm wondering if these are flipped or something. They don't look it. Anyway, I don't know if those really read like cars or not, but you'll be able to. I think you'll be able to inspect it. If not, this is the nearby or map location or here. It means here. The here panel, and it's going to show you like a picture of everything near you, like perhaps a list of the items that are there, and then it'll say things about maybe what's around you. So I'll have to figure out a way to do, and it'll tell you about. I've thought about using this area for the sun state, like day night cycle. There is no time in the game right now, so and there's no seasons or anything. So I would want to add those things, I guess, soon. But it'd be like you need the. I definitely want it to rain, and I want there to be um, environmental effects like snow. Right now, it's drawn on a. I think I can do snow pretty easily. I'll just leave it at that. But and I snow accumulation over time as well. I have actually animations from another game that I was working on that would maybe work here to do like, oh, the rain is falling kind of thing. Um, or I could just write something, right? But yeah. Oh, yeah, I am pointing in the right way. Okay. So I guess I'm out of. No, I'm not. Okay, that's an issue. And then why is that? Like, what is that? It can't be seen and can't be walked through. Or oh no, I can't walk because. And also, I thought that I was supposed to be able to see anything right next to me, so not sure why that's being included like that. But start that over. I'll have to start this over. See if I can figure out why that's happening. I gotta look at the sound effects. Okay, the game has begun. Okay, so like that worked. Shouldn't be able to cross that. Right, so that's all working. It's just there's something weird about. It's like up here. Whoa. Shite. Ugh. Hail from the job market. I don't know how many times a day I can get almost scammed by a job. So that's weird too. Like, why does the UI start activated when it doesn't? Look into that. Yeah, so it's right there. So why is that? Like, what? Maybe there's nothing there on the map. I'll have to look at that. Or corruption. We could be seeing corruption of some sort. I'll check into that. Maybe there's something else wrong. Because this is all working as expected. I mean, you're not supposed to be able to walk over water either. And there'll need to be, I don't know about a boat. Like, you should be able to ford a river. Maybe that's okay. Like, you can walk across the river, but might be a random encounter there or something. Like, I haven't really gotten to the encounter system. That's probably going to be one of the later things that I do after I've gotten random attacking, like walking around the map and getting attacked, and then going into a combat and then completing combat and getting items. Like, there's a lot of things to do, but eventually I'll be doing the dialogue system, which is the system that it's not just talking, it's decision making, I guess is a better way to think of it. Like, it like will, this is the console. Jarvis, turn off the console. Hey Jarvis. Hey Jarvis. Hey Jarvis, turn off. Hey Jarvis, close all. Anyway, I won't call it that anymore, but the log, okay, the log window, it would be like I don't know if I'm going to use the window. I this windowing system does not have layering and depth, but I could add that, and then I would have a window pop up in the center where you must deal with what's happening. Okay, Jarvis. And I bought an Elec Maker USB hub that responds to voice commands, and it's tied to a number of lights, USB lights. The problem is that it responds to voice commands that are slightly off. It uses this Jupiter or something voice assist thing from Raspberry Pi. Anyway, all right. So anyway, maybe there would be a window here that handles the whatever. But we'll see. Gas. I would have to forage or sleep or something. Uh, those are like there's just so much more to it than you think, and I don't focus on this enough because I'm constantly nervous and looking for a job, and I thought this would be done. I think a lot of the time I'm talking about a story where telling a story where in development I think something's not going to take very long, and then it actually is not that I'm surprised, but I don't know. I I I don't know. It's just there's lots of little things that have to happen, and I don't focus on it enough because I'm constantly jarred, and also like cats jump and scratch me, which just happened. I've worked on shutting my door, but I just don't stay up late anymore, which is when I got most of the stuff done when I was younger. Now I'm like, obviously a little gray, so it's difficult for me to uh, burn the midnight hour, but or the midnight oil. Anyway, all right. Well, anyway, so I'm gonna work on these panels, and I'm gonna work on the UI, and I'm gonna get. So this is the console panel. The here, group, individual, crafting, whatever that means. I don't. I don't know if that's gonna remain that. It might become inventory. Like maybe instead of a wrench, which was supposed to make you feel like you were like fixing or doing something, it will. It'll just be a like box or boxes that indicate like inventory. There's some questions about the inventory. My original idea was that you have then you wear items, and those items add and remove inventory slots, and objects are placed inside the items. And then when you drop the item, the objects that are inside the item are also dropped. So like you could have a backpack full of stuff, just like in Ultima, but a little different because you had this like backpack in Ultima that you always wore, and I'm not going to give you that. You have to actually wear the backpack, which is like the mud that I used to work on a multi-user role-playing game. I just think that makes a little more sense. But anyway, that aside, I'm not sure how you're gonna be. You're gonna, I'm gonna have to traverse all of your items to find all your stuff every time I need to get the list. I don't know, and you're gonna need that list, and you're gonna have to maintain that list for certain features. So we'll see how it goes. Um, there has to be limits, though. But it's not based on your. I mean, there is carry weight that you have to calculate the carry weight recursively that way. But I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I just think it's I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Uh, question mark is going to be for quests. This paper is for looking at. You can pick up these clue items, like tapes and um, stuff like that. Tapes, papers, newspapers, and it's just gonna store them in this sort of like area, and then you can review them after you view them the first time. So that's what that's for. And then the gear, is it for game options or is it for party mechanics? So saying like I always want this formation, or we'll see what that is, but that's going to be the catch-all for options, which is not going to involve customizing the controls in any way. That'll be in a different menu. So party options, perhaps, because there's the list view, but that could have enough space to do some party options. Because if you only have 8 people, it's 1, 2, 3. There's about this many. But I think I would rather use all of the space except for a little bit. We shall see. So that's today. All right. Well, I've told the plan. Now I'm going to get down to it. I've shown off what I've done. Hello, DePonte.